Everyone is in their seat and buckled in at the American Airlines Arena as the Heat look to grab a win here in Miami. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on, of course, LeBron James.
He is arguably the best defensive player in the game today. The amazing thing is that he can guard all 5 positions. If you think back, I think that's unprecedented. I don't think anybody has ever had that type of defensive ability in the history of this league.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I mean, and his defense is so good it even makes highlights. How about that? I mean, you love his aggressiveness, chasing down blocks, staying on ball handlers at the hip. I mean, knocking the ball against the backboard. I mean, he does everything, and he does it with such force and agility and flair, but it's kind of understated flair. I mean, he is really quite special as a player.
The Washington Wizards coming to this one following a loss to the Indiana Pacers.
And it wasn't just bad shooting. I mean, they weren't getting good looks. The offense wasn't clicking, no ball movement, very stagnant performance.
Yeah, I agree. The reason for that, I think, was their movement away from the ball. Not very crisp.
That's good. Wade's got the first points of the night for the Heat.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you. You know, Miami went to that smaller lineup last season, and a big change in that was having Chris Bosh move over to the 5 spot. Not his natural position, but I thought he held his own both offensively and defensively playing in the middle.
On defense, Washington. Knocked loose. Beal with the steal. All with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Takes a 3. And that's good for 3 points. Nice shot from Ariza. Ariza's got his first 3 points of the game. And for Bosh, playing the center, Steve, he's giving up some weight out there.
But he's a very smart defender. He avoids fouls. And you know, the way the league is these days, Kevin, most teams play smaller. And Bosh can normally find a center that he can guard without too much trouble. But there are a few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for any lack of size inside by using those other things?
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed, and sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, dysfunctional. Any of those would fit.
The dish to Chalmers. Knocked away. Wade with it. He's picked up by Wall. Wade kicks to Lewis. And here's Chalmers from the arc, and he gets it to go.
How about that for a response?
He will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
Here's Wall. And again, Washington with the triple.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the 3s they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
And there's an intentional foul, but I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, tough to explain that one. It looks like he just lost his focus.
Now, here's Chalmers, averaging 10 points per contest. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. The 3 from LeBron, and it's good. LeBron's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Ball passes to Ariza. And they go to the intentional foul.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
Wall tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. The Heat trail by 4. LeBron with it. He's picked up by Ariza. There's the triple. They get the rebound. Here's Lewis, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Wall with another miss. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
And Washington making a change here. Miller's checked in. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for the Wizards. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. There's Miller with the 3. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Miller's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And there's the pass to LeBron. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And let's take a look now at the numbers for Dwayne Wade. Well, since the All-Star break, he's been doing some nice work. He's averaging 19 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Certainly not numbers he should be disappointed in, but we know what a high standard he holds himself to.
Well, quite honestly, I hope he's not disappointed. I mean, he's been giving them major contributions on a daily basis.
Wizards have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Booker dishes to Wall. He kicks it to Ariza. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Ariza no luck.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
There's the feed to Booker. Tries a 3. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Chalmers.
You know, adding an outside shot is going to be the key to whether John Wall is a good player or a great one. He's shown he has the speed, but until he can force defenders to respect that outside shot, everyone is just going to back off it. I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute. That pass never had a chance there. His timing was perfect in going after that steal. Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
And Wall, a good free throw shooter, over 80% from the line last season. So, Clark, it's not like the form on his shot is broken at all.
No, it's got some issues, though.
Yes, it does.
And it's going to be a matter of practice, Kevin. Before reaching the NBA, he was so much more explosive than other players. He didn't need to settle for the jumper. For him, it's about balance and consistency with those mechanics on his shot. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over him.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
Miller against Chalmers. Alley-oop try. They retain possession. The 3. Here's Ariza. And finally they hit one. Ariza's got 5 points so far. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
We've also seen them do a great job of not letting easy shots go into the paint. A good amount of blocks for this team so far today.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He was going over the specifics of their defensive approach against LeBron. Coach wants energy and intensity on defense all night long. He said, quote, "We cannot let up for 1 second against him or he will hurt us." Strong words for sure. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
You know, one of the things about the Heat since the Big Three has come together is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But, Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy, and that's when they're going to come up big for him.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier coming in here as a stretch four. They've just found the right players and the right mix, and that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really not hard to argue that Ray Allen is one of the greatest shooters of all time, but with his ability to stay healthy and still contribute, how much longer can he play? I mean, that shot isn't going away anytime soon, fellas.
And he's good on the second. We talk about the longevity of Ray Allen. He's had some ankle and foot injuries over his career, but his conditioning, Steve, has never been a question.
Never. And his style of play, where he runs defenders around, coming off screens, demands that kind of fitness, both from him and, of course, whoever's guarding him as well.
Now Allen, Trevor Ariza missing from long range, and now they decide to foul intentionally. The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw missing. Washington making some changes. Gortat has come in for Nene, and Bradley Beal subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Talking about Chris Anderson, guys, the Birdman. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to fly last season, but he did latch on with a very good Miami Heat team who was in need of some help rebounding, which is his strength. He still can do that and block shots as well.
Absolutely on fire from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his points.
It's Webster outside, and that one's good. Webster's got 5 now.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
And the basket good.
Well, he's in a groove right now. The touch is flowing. 6 of 6 from the field.
This looks like one of those games where everything's going his way. He's got to continue to fire. Take advantage of the touch you feel right now.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's James. 17 points in the game. And he commits the intentional foul. Miami shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And as a club, they're kind of in the middle of the pack in the NBA in terms of their free throw shooting, about 76%.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Here's Wall. It'll count. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And to me, it looks pretty clear on the instant replay, guys. The ball was out of his hands in time. I mean, they need to get this one right. It's a big situation here.
Yeah, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion, Clark. The camera gives us a good look at it. There's a tick or two left on the clock.
And they're going to count it. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
Yeah, good to see them get that one right. That's exactly why we have this rule in place. And I like it. Each basket is so important in these games that you've just got to make sure you get it right at the end of the quarters.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board, Clark, as we wrap up the first. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. We got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
And they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Trevor Ariza out there with Wall. Then there's Trevor Booker. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Gortat in at the 5. Home in the paint.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
He dishes it to Beal. Pass to Wall. He tries for 3. Wall with another miss.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
The 3 from LeBron. And again, Miami with the triple.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
It really does. I mean, it's not possible to give up that many points behind the arc and not pay the price in the end.
And he does it again. What can you say? the defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock down that shot. Put somebody on him.
Ariza against Allen. It's blocked. Beal with it.
Watch out! Oh, what a throwdown there, man. Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert for Clark.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Ariza kicks to Wall. 5 to shoot. They get it again. Booker. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, I tell you, that's outstanding determination to track that rebound down and fight his way to the bucket for the throwdown.
Clark, that is the effort they're going to need for the rest of this game.
And not just on the offensive glass, Kevin, but all over the floor.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Wizards making a switch here. The Wizards with the lead. Outside, Wall. Beal from long range. And the rebound goes to Anderson. Anderson's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's blocked by Ariza. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
A moment here now to see how the numbers are going for John Wall. 3rd in assists, 8th in steals, and he's been quite an offensive threat, averaging enough points to put him in the top 20 in scoring.
And Steve, let's mention his top 3 assist ranking again. I mean, he is so motivated to get his teammates the ball in the best spot possible. I think that's what he gets the most joy out of. That's what drives him, setting up other people. Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And it's Wade penetrating. That's good. Wade's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
That's tipped.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
And the basket by Chalmers.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
One thing with Wade that doesn't seem to be going away is his quickness off the dribble. He still has that devastating crossover. He may not be able to do it every night, but there are nights when he just looks like he's right in his prime.
Ariza kicks to Nene, and Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That is his 1st foul of the game. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Allen for 3. Nene pulls it in. And Wade has a number of elusive moves, Clark, getting into the lane. He get the spin, the Euro step, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
And the windmill crossover.
He's got it all. I mean, he's figured out how to get to that bucket. And I think the crossover is probably his custom move. Just as he changes directions, he swings the ball quickly over his head to the other side, avoiding the rip. And he makes it look so natural, you might think nothing of it. But youngsters around the league, go to school on that one. That's a heck of a move.
Gortat with the block. Back to Chalmers. Launches it. Miami no good on that time either.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Ariza pass it to Beal. Poke loose. Stolen by Allen. Wade outside. Kicks it to Chalmers. Bosch heads the pick for Chalmers. Back to Wade. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. In the 3rd position, the Wizards.
Yeah, they've shown a great ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
Martell Webster, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Here's Bosch. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Heat have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Folks, that's 50%. Not great work there. The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Here's Beal, right now averaging 17 points a game. The ball there off the mark from Webster.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the three as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against him. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on him.
Miller dishes to Webster. Back to Miller. Stolen by Bosch. In transition, here comes Miami. Allen leading the charge. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Miami.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
On up the court. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Miller. Miami's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
Not sure about that one, guys. That was really deep, especially for him. He's not a great shooter from out there.
Not sure what he was thinking about there.
Here's Beal, and it's blocked by Bosch. 3-on-3. And the officials call the foul, reaching out and committing the intentional foul here, and his teammates are baffled.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at him like, what are you doing? I mean, I think he just lost track of the situation.
Here's Cole. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
Miller, no luck. Here's Miami now. They're on a 14-5 run. Shot on the wing. Washington with the rebound. Last time they met was in Washington.
That was one of those games where everybody has fun because they blew them out. The bench played. Everybody got in on the act.
Count the bucket. Beal's got 5 now.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Taken away by Nene. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it ties the game, Clark. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, we're right back to even.
Going back to what Steve said, Clark, how about the massive contribution they got from their bench in that win?
Kevin, it was very impressive. There's no denying that. I mean, you wouldn't have known who were the starters and who were the reserves based on the production.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Wade gets the bucket.
And he's shaking off a poor first-quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Wizards trail by 3. And Webster kicks to Miller. Dishes it to Webster. Misses from close range. And the first half ends in a close one. Heat out front, up 3. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Coach, LeBron obviously having a tremendous game so far. What is key to his ability to take over a game?
It was probably a myriad of things, but his ability to sustain that. He came out with great force and got us off on the right note. Now we have to keep it going.
Coach, thank you so much. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
So good to have you along on 2K Sports as the season nears its end. Let's check out what's going on. Miami up on top against Washington. They're really working that ball around, doing a nice job keeping the D off balance. LeBron James is having himself a big-time performance. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And a scrappy effort by Washington. They've looked to their bench for scoring, and it's paying big dividends. The first half for John Wall, fantastic. He's got 21 points.